Welcome to the Experience Health Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Vassar, an online holistic health coach shifting the paradigm on healing chronic disease, gut issues, and fatigue to help high achievers overcome weight loss resistance and finally experience health. So whether you're looking to put chronic disease into remission, boost your energy, build muscle, or feel confident in your skin again, you're in the right place. So get ready to transform your health and your body to unlock your full potential. Let's dive in. You need to stop dieting. Well, at least until you do this one thing first. What's up, you guys? Welcome to the Experience Health program. To the Experience Health podcast. My program is called the Experience Health program too, so look at me getting it confused. Anyway, today we're going to be diving into one thing that you need to do before you start your next diet. Okay? If there is one thing that frustrates me more than anything in the weight loss space specifically, is the fact that there are so many diets out there and everyone who is trying to lose weight just keeps trying all these specific diets. Now, I am not necessarily putting diets down, but the problem that many people run into is they expect sustainable results from super restrictive diets that kind of just ruin their relationship with food, ruin their relationship with their body, cause nutritional deficiencies, because let's be honest, these diets tell you what to cut out, but not necessarily what to eat. And it makes it difficult to pretty much impossible to create sustainable results because you feel so restricted the whole time that you're in a deficit that by the time maybe the 30 days are over, or maybe even like the 4 months are over, all you can think about is those sweets, those carbohydrates, that food that you've been restricting yourself up for so long that you maybe start binging again or just start eating the same amount that you did before and you gain the weight back, maybe even more. This is something that I see all the time with people, okay? So before you jump into the next diet, I want you to ask yourself, is your body even ready for a deficit? Okay, the truth is that so many people dive into these diets, restrictive diets, intense workout plans, without first addressing the underlying cause of their weight loss resistance or weight gain in the first place, like stress, hormonal imbalances, gut issues, nervous system dysregulation, etc. So this leaves your body fighting back, okay, and making weight loss, especially sustainable weight loss, nearly impossible, okay? Now, I personally learned this firsthand, okay, because I was stuck in the cycle of overtraining and undereating, which only just left me burnt out and stuck. I got the six-pack because of how intense I took it and how long I was able to sustain it, but it left me with chronic pain, chronic bloating, chronic fatigue, so much hormonal dysregulation, and issues that I would not wish on anybody. And this was from nutritional deficiencies, this was from overtraining and overstressing my body in general, okay? And so what happens for most people is their body, they are living in nervous system dysregulation or living in fight or flight. They have gut issues, gut dysbiosis. They have hormonal imbalances, maybe insulin resistance, and they think that trying this next diet is going to fix all their issues when nutrition plays a huge role in health, an incredible role in health. I am not downplaying that at all. In fact, nutrition is a huge foundation of my Experience Health program. However, if you only take this one thing into account, and especially when you're only talking about foods that you need to cut out, this not only puts more stress on the body, but it also ruins your relationship with food, which in the long run makes it even more difficult for you to keep the weight off, because you have a ruined relationship with food and you're constantly thinking about it, constantly, trying not to eat the sweets or constantly regretting it the next day when you binge in the evening type of thing, okay? This is a really common thing that I see with people. And this was something that I personally experienced because after that restrictive eating phase, I developed binge eating disorder. So I completely understand how powerless you feel to binge eating. It's horrible. Again, another thing I do not wish on anybody because it's a horrible thing to go through, especially as someone who, for me personally, it's weird to say, but I'm a high achiever. I have a very hard work ethic. I have a lot of will. But when I had binge eating disorder, it was the strangest thing because I felt like I could not control myself. And for people who have not experienced this before, is something that you can't really explain, because it's like, why can't you just like control yourself, right? Like it's that easy, right? But it definitely is a lot more complex, and in the short term, difficult than that. I was able to actually overcome binge eating in a single day because of the strategies that I later implemented, which I'm actually going to be posting about later on Instagram. So if you want to learn how I did that, be sure to go check out my Instagram, Health by Rachel. But it wasn't until I did this one thing that I was able to heal my gut. I was able to overcome chronic fatigue. I was able to get out of chronic pain. I was able to heal my relationship with food and lose 30 pounds, keeping it off. So what you need to do before you start a fat loss journey, okay, you need to stabilize your body first. So what does this mean? This means, number one, regulating your nervous system. Okay, this is like a catchy phrase right now on social media. Love the phrase, but it's a catchy phrase. So, but what does it actually mean? Regulating your nervous system pretty much means getting your body out of fight or flight. And not only that, it means expanding your capacity to manage stress and expanding your ability to adapt to stress in a flexible manner. For example, I used to think that having a regulated nervous system meant that you were calm and cool all the time. And if you ever got angry or stressed or upset or whatever, then that meant that you didn't actually have a regulated nervous system. And that kept me stuck until I realized that having a regulated nervous system does not mean that you're constantly in a parasympathetic state. No, it means that your nervous system is flexible. It means that it can adapt to different situations. It means that you're able to fully express yourself, and it means that even during times of high stress, you're able to travel back to calm, you're able to manage your emotions effectively, and you have a higher capacity for stress. Because when someone is resistant to having any forms of stress, that in and of itself will keep you stuck in a state of dysregulation. For example, when I thought that you needed to be calm all the time to have a regulated nervous system, if I ever experienced, let's say, what you would think would be like symptoms of fight or flight, or emotions like anger or frustration or something like that, I thought that you needed to just like push them down or just not express it or not feel the emotions, because then that would mean you have a dysregulated nervous system. And in fact, that is not true. That could not be farther from the truth. When you do not express your emotions, when you push them down, when you ignore them, when you don't feel them, that actually perpetuates the cycle of dysregulation, because then that emotion gets stuck in your body, okay? So that actually worsens that dysregulation. So this isn't even what we're talking about today. But now you know that you need to feel your emotions, you need to express yourself in order to have a regulated nervous system. But nervous system regulation is a really huge thing when it comes to overcoming weight loss resistance and healing your body. It was a really integral part in me finally being able to experience health and limitless energy and figure out how to maintain my results. The second thing that you need to make sure that you do is nourish your gut or heal your gut, depending on what you need. Some people maybe don't have gut issues, but they have some symptoms here and there. And it's really important to make sure that you're giving your gut what it needs to prosper. So making sure that you're eating gut nourishing foods, making sure that you're managing your stress effectively, doing deep breathing, getting proper movement in, getting hydration is really important to make sure that you're nourishing your gut. If you do have gut issues, it's really important to get that taken care of before you even attempt to do a fat loss phase. Because if you have inflammation, if you have gut issues, if you have hormonal dysregulation, that will make it really, really difficult for you to, stabilize your appetite and have a healthy mindset. And of course, you'll be fighting against your body the whole time, and that's not what we want to do, okay? So making sure that you heal your gut and make sure that you're nourishing your gut properly is really important. And then the third thing is making sure that you're balancing your hormones. This is another kind of like catchy phrase in social media today, but balancing your hormones pretty much means getting labs done. Make sure that you get your labs done so you know your exact numbers, and then figure out what you need to do to either increase or decrease your numbers depending on where you're at. For example, I am a girl, I have high androgens and I have low estrogens. So something that I am doing is working on increasing my estrogens and decreasing my testosterone. And I discovered this through labs specifically. But for some people, they may suspect that their symptoms are pointing towards low testosterone and high estrogens. But if you don't get the labs done, then you could be doing the exact opposite than your body needs. Okay, so making sure that you get labs done is really important to ensure that you're doing what is right for your body and your hormones. Also understand that when you get hormones done, it's just a snapshot. Okay, so that's also really important to understand, and it's also really important to make sure that you go to someone who understands, especially if you're a female, understands the female cycle and the pattern that your hormones are supposed to take. Make sure that you get your hormones tested at the right day of the month, because your hormones fluctuate, different phases of your cycle. So that's definitely really important to keep in mind. Making sure that you get a cortisol test is also really, really helpful in understanding if you have HPA axis dysfunction. This is also a really good telltale sign if you do have nervous system dysregulation as well. So that's a good one to get. Personally, I get the Dutch test, and I find that is really helpful and a really good test to get to have a comprehensive look at your hormones, your stress hormones, your sex hormones, inflammatory markers, etc., to really be able to understand what you need to do to help in healing your body. So if you don't want to get a ton of labs done, or if you don't want to mess with the doctors, I recommend getting a Dutch test. I can order one for you if you are interested, so you can reach out to me. But anyways, those are the three main things that you really need to make sure that you take care of before starting a fat loss journey. You need to earn the right to diet. Okay, this is something that a lot of people don't understand, and they tend to get ahead of themselves. They think that if they do a diet for 30 days, they deserve to be at their dream physique, when these other people who are at their dream physique have been working super hard for decades. They have been going through the proper phases. They have been focusing on their gut health, focusing on their nervous system, a lot of these other things. People tend to forget all of the areas that are integrated in a sustainable fat loss journey. So it's definitely really important to make sure that you understand that, and make sure that you earn the right to deficit, earn the right to go through a sustainable fat loss journey, because when you do, all right, you'll be able to create sustainable results, and it'll be so much easier. Let me tell you, if you're not constantly fighting against your body, a fat loss journey will be pretty much effortless. It'll be amazing. I didn't even get to metabolism here, because I used to talk about this a lot, but I'm going to add in a little bonus here for you guys. The fourth thing that you need to make sure that you do is have a optimized metabolism. Metabolic health is a really important thing in fat loss. If you are starting a deficit and your maintenance is 1,600 calories, you're gonna need to eat like 1,000 calories to lose weight, and that is just not enough. So if your maintenance calories are currently at 1,600, you are gonna need to go through a reverse to speed up your metabolism, and you can do this while you're working on healing your body, nourishing your gut, nourishing your body, teaching yourself how to fuel your body properly, so that you'll be able to, let's say, get into a deficit when your maintenance is at like 2,700 calories. You'd be able to get into a deficit at 2,200 calories instead of 1,000 calories. Okay, so that's just a third little bonus thing that you need to pay attention to in preparing your body for a deficit. So if you're ready to stop the endless cycle of dieting and gaining weight and dieting and gaining weight, to be able to finally experience health, experience confidence in your body, and thrive, I will definitely love to help you out. So if you want to learn more about how I can support you with my one-on-one online holistic health coaching, you can reach out to me on my Instagram at Health by Rachel. My name is spelled with 2 A's, Rachael. So you can reach out to me there. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Experience Health Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe for more. If you have any questions, or if you are interested in online holistic health coaching, DM me on my Instagram at Rachel's Fitness LLC with 2 A's. Until next time.